Hey, good morning. So I realized that sometimes when my live broadcast is a little um, fuzzy, if I just walked in the house, it automatically picks up my Wi-Fi, which doesn't do too well on this device. And so I changed that. So if you saw a slight interruption as we got started, that's what that was. So I'm just getting home. Hey, Shia, babe, how are you? And you guys see in the title, do you believe in what you're building? Like, do you really believe in what you're building? We're going to talk about that one today. I actually just got back. I went to pick up some paperwork for a program that I'm considering putting my daughter in. And I had this amazing conversation, and I met a young lady. She's, what, 18? Who was so passionate about her business. And the things that she did while we were in conversation made me think about the number of people who've owned businesses for years who don't have that same passion for what they're doing. They aren't making the same moves that this young lady was making. And I know sometimes in the beginning it can feel like, yes, this is my baby, I'm excited, and then complacency sets in. And I want to talk about that one this morning and ask you to ask yourself, do I really believe in what I'm building? Because when you have settled in your heart that you truly believe in, as in you understand the value, the purpose, you know, you have a bigger why in mind of what it is that you're building, you're going to move differently. It's going to be a completely different flow. It's not going to be a hustle, but it'll be a completely different flow and a consistency about what's transpiring. And so I want to talk about what that looks like. I'm going to share with you all what I experienced with the young lady. It was just like an aha moment for me, and it was beautiful to actually see. So for those of you, you've never been on a live broadcast with me before, good morning. Replay viewers, how are you? You could be anywhere else other than here with me, and I appreciate that. I appreciate your time. I don't take it lightly. I always desire to bring you value on these sessions. If I say something during the broadcast that helps your business or your life, just tap the screen for hearts, show me a little love, and possibly share this out with someone else who could use the message. If you find it valuable, somebody else will probably find it valuable too. So do you really believe in what you're building? If you've never been here, I'm Tanya Wilson-Cherry. I am a transformational growth strategist. So growth is huge for me and everything that I do in my life and my business, and those that I am attracting into my business, it's important to them as well. We know that things will always change. That's inevitable, but growth is absolutely, positively a choice. So things can change and we don't have to grow. That's a choice that we have. But those of us that choose to align our life and our business in measures that allow us to grow, we reap the benefits, right? And we're not putting out fires when we've set on a path to grow. We're in a proactive space. So we're not spending as much time putting out fires as we are putting out amazing things into the marketplace, getting great revenue, and being able to provide great things for our family and ourselves, right? New opportunities. And so what I do is I help women service-based business owners, just like yourself, to brand, build, and profit in their business. And I operate from a unique three-point perspective. I focus on abundance, mindset principles, personal growth, and business building. And they're kind of combined. So my clients get their whole life, which is so important to me because as an entrepreneur building my business, originally, a lot of my focus was on growing the business and not necessarily allowing the business to fund my lifestyle as opposed to running my lifestyle. And so many of you are running businesses that are running your lifestyle, not funding your lifestyle. And so what I do is I help my clients develop time, freedom, principles, and concepts in their business that allow them to some triple, quadruple their income without losing their time, right? They actually gain more time freedom in the strategies and systems that I share with them and earn more revenue. And so that's what I help you to do. As far as branding is concerned, I created a unique brand clarity system that I take my clients through that helps them really get clear about who they are as a brand and how they want to show up in the marketplace. And this allows them to attract their perfect people to do business with them, become repeated customers who don't mind paying for the value of their services. And it happens quicker, sooner, faster, because they are clear. And speaking of clear, and for those of you who want to connect with me outside of social media, you can always go to renewfullcircle.com, renewfullcircle.com, which is also the name of my business, because working with me is a full circle experience. And as well as Renew being the name of my business, it is actually the concept, the foundational concept of my goal for my clients. Even though they come for different things, the goal is so that they're renewed back to the space that we were actually originally supposed to be operating in, which is in abundance in every area of our life. So I was at a facility this morning filling out some paperwork for a program I'm considering putting my daughter in. And I'm talking to the young lady who, is giving me the paperwork, and she's so excited because she's talking about her daughter, and you could just see, how proud she is of her daughter and how much she loves her. And so we take a tour of the facility, and on the way back from the tour, lo and behold, her daughter is there, who just graduated high school and is now attending a college, a community college in the area. And I watch them embrace, they have a little conversation, and then we get back to, the paperwork I'm filling out. And I don't even know how the conversation came up that her daughter was an entrepreneur. And so, of course, I stood up on the inside, when I heard that, and asked a couple questions. And she said, wait, I'll be right back. Let me go get some things out of the car, right? And as she came back, she bought some beautiful jewelry pieces and some really nice tops. And she gave me a business card, which I loved her business card. So she even had her card holder even matched the look and feel of her brand. And she's already picked brand colors and all these good things. So her mom is just sharing how proud she is of her, because she said, I'm not entrepreneurial at all. She built her own website, just so many things that she had done. So the business coach in me, starts to ask her questions, because in my heart, I'm saying, I want to sow into her business. And so in my mind, I was like, okay, so should I buy a shirt or some jewelry? And I said, no, that's not how I'm going to sow into her business. I'm going to give her another level of clarity, because she can take that and, quadruple any of these pieces that I would actually purchase. And so I asked her, I said, do you have a target market or a target audience? She knew that already. She, has a Facebook account. She has a Facebook group. So she knew some of the things. And then we got into the target audience. It was kind of broad. And so I gave her a brand clarity session on the spot, right? Because I knew that the value of that for her would supersede anything I could have purchased from her that day. But what really blessed me was that she said, I'm going to go home and do this work. I'm going to go home and do this work. Now, this, in my mind, I said, this is someone who believes in what they're building. So when is the last time that you were just out in normal conversation and you were prepared to have a conversation with someone about what you really do in the marketplace, how you serve people, whatever your product or your service is? Because so often, guys, we're waiting on that thing to sell itself, or maybe we've lost a level of passion about it until we just kind of take it for granted, or we don't see opportunities or spaces to be able to present what it is that we do, in the marketplace to normal everyday people. I didn't take what she did as salesy or anything of that nature. And while she's having the conversation with me, someone else wanted a business card from her, right? And I know, in today's time, so many people teach that a physical business card is no longer important, but I am constantly still giving out my business card, guys, right? Because I'm constantly having the conversation with people about, what it is that I do. And it's like an organic, natural thing. So they may be mentioning something, and then it leads into, some type of strategy or whatever. And so this young lady was ready. She had her cards, she had items that she actually sells with her. And I think so many times sometimes we get prideful. Like, I shouldn't have to do this for people to buy from me, or they know, whoever they is, that I do this. If they want it, they'll come to me. But that mindset is going to keep you stuck, because there should be a consistent awareness about what it is that you do in the marketplace. And I still think business cards are very relevant. Whether or not someone is going to keep the business card, that is completely and totally up to them. And then I loved her business cards too, because they were really, really simple, and they really fit who I could see her building her brand for. She was even able to tell me why she was passionate about what it is that she's doing. So I gave her a level of clarity that's going to change her marketing. It's going to change everything, and she's going to get clients quicker, sooner, faster. Because other than that, we're just pretty much trying to market out into the sea of confusion. And when we don't have that level of clarity, it's when we change. You guys hear me say it all the time. We change lanes and, all kinds of stuff. So the next thing that I wanted to share with you guys, and all of this happened on my visit this morning, so that was just beautiful. Are you positioned to prosper? Are you positioned to prosper? So many, I work with women service-based business owners, and at the heart of most women, we want to give. I'm going to raise my hand. If that's you, in your heart, you just want to be able to give, and not just give, you want to be able to give big. Like, it's normally at the heart of most women service-based business owners. You are so consistent. I got to get to you today. How do I? You can actually, I'm trying to remember not how you can get to me, but which one would be ideal for you, because I'm trying to remember your business. Okay, so you can go to bit, Denise, how are you? bit.ly/yourclarity, bit.ly/yourclarity. And it will allow you to set up time on my calendar. I look forward to it. Yeah. And it's working. The links are working and functioning properly, because you scheduled once before, and it was something going on with the company. So and guys, I just want to make a point, because if you are consistent, right? And when I say consistent, I mean even consistent with your messaging. This bothers me to my core. This bothers me to my core. I'll see so many people who change their message. They change what they believe in. They change their truth. They change the whole everything about their brand, which is fine, because we evolve and we grow and we need to change. But some people are changing to suit what they think people want, and it's not really their truth. And I mean, I get it, you want to get your products sold, you want to get them in the hands of consumers. But when you understand who you are as a brand and you're clear on that, you don't have to keep switching lanes. I shared a video earlier this morning that I did 2 years ago. My message is the same. Who I'm talking to, my goals, my message is the same, right? I'm not switching up in order to, because I think this is more popular, or, because this is what's trending. It's because this is what I believe in. This is what I know is valuable. This is what I know I'm great at offering to the marketplace. This is what I know I do an exceptional job with, as far as helping my clients do. So it doesn't change. It's not switching up all the time. And when you understand that, you don't have to try and figure out what the trend is and meet the trend. I see it. I see it all the time. Listen, if I could just, I see it all the time. It's just, we got to get clear on who we are, right? That's the first thing. And then who our brand is, and then who's ideal for what it is that we offer. And when we truly, truly believe in that, we're not switching lanes all the time. We don't have to, because it is our truth. What we're doing is what we believe and how we want to present it to the marketplace. Now, does it grow and change because we're evolving? Absolutely. Absolutely. But you don't go from, saying you don't want to work with people if they need mindset issues, and then now all of a sudden you're teaching them mindset issues, right? You don't switch from day to day with what your messaging is, if that's what you believe, if that's what you want to build. And this is where we go into who is your ideal customer, who is really fit for you to help, who is really fit, who can you really help from a space of excellence. And whether that's the service that you're providing, right? So many of you are service-based business owners, whether it's massage, nails, hair, something in the beauty industry, whether you're an event designer, you are a personal stylist, whatever the service is, there are people within that genre, or that industry rather, that you are more ideal to work with. And when you figure that out, building your business is going to feel great because you're working with people that you're actually assigned to. And you don't have to keep switching because it's not what's trending. If you're consistent, eventually the people who are attracted to your business and find value in your business, they're going to do business with you. And then you can get in your lane, right? And soar, and you can gain dominion in that particular space that you were assigned to, because all of us have a sphere of influence that is for a specific sector of people. But anyway, that's neither here or there. I actually, help my clients with figuring out who their sphere of influence is actually for. So guys, for those that, I'm so grateful for the people that I get to actually work with, because of the clarity that they get. And that clarity gives them so much freedom, guys, especially with social media. So my next thing that I wanted to ask, and that was, are you positioned to prosper? Are you positioned? And this is what I mean by position. I think many of us are dreaming way too small. I just think we're dreaming too small. I think oftentimes what we're doing daily in our business activities is only so that we can meet the needs of today. And I believe that we were positioned to be a light and also a resource in the community, in the world. And I just believe that we should believe on a greater scale. And when our belief is aligned with a bigger scale, then the actions that we take are completely different. So while I was at this particular place to possibly enroll my daughter in, they were sharing with me that BBT Bank, now they did some marketing for BBT, but it was so organic. It wasn't like a salesy, but of course it left BBT in my mind, right? But they shared that BBT, I keep saying BBT, BB&T, the bank, has a project called the Lighthouse Project. So they pick something in the community to pour back into. So they came in and redid their entire computer room and facility. That they were the Lighthouse Project for BB&T Bank. I believe even as small-based business owners and service-based business owners, I believe we were designed to do things on that measure as well. I believe that our business isn't just for us to do great things for us as individuals, or just our families, or just meet our immediate right now needs. I believe that we're a light to the world. We have an opportunity because of entrepreneurship. We aren't limited in our finances, in our goals, or the revenue or income that we create in our business. And I just believe that we should believe on a greater scale. And once that belief shifts, your strategies do too. So what you invest your money, your time, your resources in, it changes, right? But many people say that people don't invest, but I believe people invest. They just invest from a small level because that's what they're thinking, right? They're just thinking about just right now. Now, I do believe that there are different stages of business growth, but I know that someone whose vision is bigger, their ultimate vision that they ultimately want to get to, their right now strategies are going to be bigger too. They're just going to be different. They're going to be different. And I believe that we were created to be able to do. And I know those of you who are watching me, there are times where you go places and you say, man, I would love to be able to just handle that right there. I would love to be able to just drop all the money that they need for that situation right now. That's a desire that God placed in your heart. And so your business is the vehicle that's going to allow you to do that. But your mindset has to align so that your activities and what you're doing align with the things that are going to create that type of revenue or create those type of connections, right? That are going to even open those type of doors that you're introduced to the people who, you know, even if it maybe wasn't possibly something that you could do, that you knew somebody, right? Who had the resources for it. All of it is mindset and thinking from a bigger space and getting in a different environment with people who have a growth mindset and they're really wanting to do something greater, not just in their lives. But of course, if your business is the vehicle, you are the conduit. So the conduit is the thing which the money sifts through. So you're going to be affected by the money regardless, right? You're going to be affected by the overflow and the abundance, but you know, you'll be a conduit for some of the things that God wants to do out in the marketplace. And so I want to ask you guys two things. Do you really believe in your business? And if so, you know, how often are you marketing it? Are you making connections for it? Have you gone into a level of complacency or possibly fear because maybe something didn't go as well as it did before? Are you living off of your last success? Because sometimes we have this one successful moment and we live off of the feeling of that, but we're not aligned with it. So we don't see those repeated moments again because we're not doing the same things that actually brought that into us. Found the retreat form, so I filled it out. Please reach out. Okay, so awesome. I didn't know that that was the avenue that you wanted to take. So I have some free time, and when I'm off here, I'll give you a call and we'll go forward with that. I'd love to have you. Love to have you. So I just want, my assignment is to allow women service-based business owners to step into a space of expansion so that those desires that are in their hearts that they really want to do, they can actually align with it so that it manifests. Yeah, so that it's clear. And they can actually get it done and serve their purpose out in the world. And I say purpose, but as a believer, we all have the same purpose as a believer. If you go back about 4 years ago, I did a video talking about the difference in purpose and assignment. So it's really your assignment out in the world. But that's my assignment, to help you step into a space of expansion and new possibility and really own your value and your worth so that you can align your actions with it and operate in a new level of belief, because our thoughts build our business. What we believe, how we believe, it builds our business. What you believe is what you're going to take action on. It's what you're going to align your faith with. It's what you're going to spend your money on, your time, your energy. It's all here. You guys know I say all the time, your mind has a lot to do with your money and everything else that you set out to do. And I am a source that God has chosen to help you align and do that. So we can do some amazing stuff out here in the world. Many of you want to do something even bigger than your business. You want to give. If you're constantly coming to my broadcast, you are thinking on a different level. You just need to be properly aligned with it. But you're a giver, right? Because I attract givers. And you want to do big things in the world. And you're qualified. You're qualified. So that's my take on today. Do you believe in what you're building, one, and are you positioned to prosper? I looked at how BB&T Bank was able to just redo this place's entire computer room. It's probably 20, 30, PCs and equipment and things like that. They chose a Lighthouse Project. What if we, made a pact and we said, okay, I'm going to build my business to this point because I have this charity or this something that I want to be able to pour this much money in by 2022 or something of that nature, right? So anyway, that's my take on today. Do you really believe in what you're building, and are you positioned to prosper? For those of you, Denise mentioned the retreat. I am having a retreat for service-based business owners aspiring coaches and industry leaders, August the 3rd through the 5th. Don't miss it. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be impactful. You're going to leave with a whole new level of clarity, connections, and strategy that are aligned with creating more time freedom. I think it's important for us to have time freedom so that we can think, right? So that we can think. Much of us are in a routine that we're consistently doing all the time because we haven't taken the time to really think about what we're doing and what it's actually producing in our business. And it's this repeated cycle year after year after year. And I want to help you to shift out of that. Those of you who are attending, you'll never look at your life or your business the same, right? I'm not going to promise you a lot of hype and all that other stuff, but you will not look at your life and your business the same. For those of you wanting to join us, www.strategicleadershipgrowth.com, www.strategicleadershipgrowth.com. There are about 11 spaces left, but I do have about 4 registrations that I have to review and do a call for. So there's still some spaces. Our host hotel, the discount is no longer available after July the 2nd. There are 4 different payment options. The 2-day premium is $9.97. The 3-day is $12.97. There's a 4-pay that actually ends in a couple days, so that 4-pay option will not be available. And how you pay is going to change because we're so close to the time. I look forward to supporting you guys. I'm excited. I have been really aligned with serving on a whole nother level on that particular day, and just looking for us to have a great time in our growth while we're there. So you guys check that link out, www.strategicleadershipgrowth.com, strategicleadershipgrowth.com. Do you believe in what you're building, and are you positioned to prosper? Have a super, super amazing day. I appreciate you guys as always. And I actually, you're welcome. Thank you for sharing, Denise. I appreciate you. I really do.